Hi friends, in the part 1 of this tutorial we have seen how we managed one combo box where we have displayed it, added options, changed the values, then added the option, all those things. Now we'll see how from a JSON string we'll take the data and populate it as options. Similarly then we'll extend it to a database, so we'll take it from a MySQL database. So for that we have this template we are going to use it. It's a simple one. Combo box is displayed here. I will just show it with 3 options. Now these options will replace with from our JSON string. So let's run this and see how it looks. Yeah, so here it is, our combo box with 3 options, but these options will replace. So I'm closing this. Let me just start with my JSON string. How you will get a JSON string data? For that, one sample string is available here. You can use this URL and save this as student.json, or you can use it your own also. So I have just saved it to my D drive, so I am using that. In your case this may be different path. I have stored it in my data, then student.json. So fine. So one important thing is here I had to import my JSON library because this is what I am going to use it now. So JSON I have imported at line number 3, that I am using it. Now once I have connected to that, so let's one file object FOB, one object I will create because I had to open that JSON file. Now I am giving that path. So my file is open. Now let me connect that JSON data. So you can see that JSON.load FOB. I am loading the data now. Now I will create the create my values, a list I will create using the name part of it. So for that purpose, let me just remove these options from here and declare only a empty. Here up to this I will remove it. So I have now my data. Let me just move up a bit. Fine. Then I will start my looping for student. This is just a variable in data. What is data? It is what at line number 9 I got it. So now I will say names append. I am adding those names to it. So I will student. Here I will take the name, because name is the that column particularly I am taking, because if I want something else, there are class, mark, all those are there. You can see the JSON data string. So that's all. So this will hold me the names now. Now then once my names list is available, I am just the values for this combo box is taken from the, here you can see the combo box values are taken from the names. So that will be populated with this. Now that's all. So it is the JSON data what I am populating now. Let's see how it works. You can see that this all the data are taken from the my JSON string and their thing. By default I kept it. Let me close this. I will show you. Here you can see CB1 current, means by default it set the default selection. You can change it to any other value or remove it, then it will be a blank selection. I'll just show that to you. I'll save this. There is no default selection now. So let me run it. It's a blank selection. I can go anywhere. In the part 1 we have discussed how we will capture the value, how we will set the value, all those things that you can add it to it. Next we will move it how we will take data from a MySQL table, then from a SQLite table also. Before we move to get the data from a MySQL or SQLite database, we'll first slightly change this code to get data from CSV file or comma separated value file. This file you can download it from the URL given here, or here it is available, or you can have your own CSV file. You can use that. I have just placed in the same location as a CSV file, so I am just changing the extension to CSV. It has 5 columns: ID, name, class, mark, and gender. So you can use anything for that, a sample one. So here I will slightly change this one. I will I am opening the file. Now next line what I will do, I will give a head. I will separate the heading. You can, this is a variable. I am just collecting the headings only. I am writing FOB. So what happened? The pointer moves to the next. So heading is cut now. If you don't want to display the headings on the your as an option, or if you want to display, then just comment this line. So that is the purpose of removing next. So the pointer is moved to the next. Now I will use the this is no more required. Data JSON. Okay, by the way, this import JSON is not required. I am just commenting it. So here we are not using any external CSV file library and all. We are just using open path and reading by looping it. For here, where is my this thing? Okay, so this is also not required. I am removing this. Let names be there. Here for I am just rec in FOB because there are multiple records are there, multiple rows are there. So here I am just taking up the each row will be one list. So I'll split that because it's a comma separated one. So I'll say student equal to rec. Rec means each row of record in that split now by comma. So once it is split, so I have a list now. Student is a list having elements as ID, name, class, mark, like that. So what I will that's my idea. What I can do is I will just print the student here. So you can in the console you can get the data also. This is for our understanding only. Now next what I will do, I will let me take it up here. Names append. Here student, here instead of name I will tell 1. So 0 is ID, 1 is the name. So that's all. So now I have rest of the things are same because only the name value here, the name whatever we are using, that list we are creating by taking data from a CSV file. So I'll just save this. Let's see how it works. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you can see the names are taken. I have taken few rows, only 4 rows. Actually, whatever you download, that will have around 35 rows of data. So you can see I have removed the header column. So if you want header, then what you can do is I will just comment this line. You can see now headings will be included, but you can see the column heading also. Sorry, here it is. Let me close it and open again. Again minimize. Here it is. So you can see now here. You see this the name is the header is also available. So if you in your case if you require it, you can keep it. Now next let's move towards our database. We'll first connect to our MySQL database. For that we'll just paste these 3 lines of code. I have pasted it. You can see from SQL-Chemy I am just importing the create engine. I am using this library SQL Alchemy. So then next line is my connection. This is where I am connecting to MySQL database. Third line I am commenting now. Right now we are kept it as not using it. Let's understand the second line. So here it is I am using I am creating a connection object by using here is my user ID, my password is this, and localhost. Most of the cases localhost. Otherwise you may give your IP address or whatever address where your MySQL is running. Now you can move it. This is my DB name. So these 4 informations you may have to feed it to your connection string. That is in your case that will be different. In my case it is in my localhost, so I have not used strong user ID and password. Fine. So this line which I have commented is for SQLite. We'll just replace this line with this, means this line will comment it and this line will put it in line. Then it will be our entire script will switch over to SQLite database. So nothing no more changes are required. Right now let's first understand what is required for our database details. So JSON is not required. Rest of the codes will not touch here, but we'll remove the creation of this. This is not CSV not required. This is up to this we have used to create the names file. We'll give a different name type, and that names we have used here. So whatever we'll create we'll use it here, and that's all. Just the rest of the code will remain same. So for that let's create it here. We have already connected. Now let's first start with the query. So we'll fetch data from our database. So we'll just, it's a string I am writing. So I'll say select distinct. This time instead of names let us pick up all the classes available. So distinct classes means it's a unique classes names it will pick up. Suppose there are in class 4, there are class 4 have 5 students, so 5 places class 4 or 5 will be repeated, so it will pick up only one from the class column. So a class is our column where multiple data are there, so it will pick up unique ones only as class. So let's call it as class from student. Student is my table name. So you can get the link to download the dump. It's a sample student table for with 5 columns and around 35 rows of data are there. So you can download it. It is ID, name, class, column, mark and gender. So these 5 are there. This is the sample we are using. You are with us, then you must have seen that all previous tutorials also we have used this this particular sample. Here I did a mistake. Distinct. Okay, fine. So let's now fetch the data. So our fetch data means my data equal to my connection. This is the connection string what I have got it at line number 2. When I will go for SQLite, that line number 3 I will be using. I will comment the line number 2. So okay, my connection. Now execute query. I have written at the line number 4. So this query it will execute. Now I got the list of or the total all the rows of data from the database. Now that I will loop it through. So what I will do here, now my list, this is the list I am preparing, that's the name I have given, equal to R for R. This is I am just looping through R for R in my data. My data contains the list and I am just fetching those datas and creating the list. So my list is contains the, now as a list it contains the name of all, distinct name means unique name of the classes. Now that's all. Now that my job is over. So these 3 lines, this is the query, this is I am executing the query, this is my creating the list. Now this list I will bring it down. Here you see it is no more names. Let's say my list. So the values, whatever the values, now it is my list. So it will take it from here. Now let's save this. That's all. Let me run this and see if there is no error. What happened? Yeah, it has come up. Here you can see 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, 8. So all classes it is showing. If I'll just shift to the name column, it will. Let me try that also. I'll close this, go there. Instead of distinct class, I will say name. Why as class is not required, directly name, nowhere I have used it. Okay, so let's see, now the name will should come. You can see all the names have come. So whatever, this is at the query level we are changing, not at the particular after getting the list. That also can be done. Suppose multiple columns I am telling, then in that case my list I should carefully prepare it because it will contain the first column or the second column. Now I intentionally I kept it here as distinct classes. Distinct class I am keeping intentionally as. The reason why I am keeping it is the next tutorial will learn another part of it. Say we'll use this name to display another list box, that we'll see in the next part, not in this part. Next we'll learn how you'll use SQLite database to connect it to SQLite and get the data. To work on SQLite database, we have to change this line. This line number 3 will uncomment and line number 2 which connects to MySQL will comment it. Now our entire script will work from SQLite, but the script remains same because we have intentionally used my connection as this as common. Both the names are same. So wherever we are using that one, it's remains same and the code will not change. Only the database source changes. You can see in the line number 3 we are connecting to SQLite database. SQLite is a file based database, so you can see this is the file path is there, and in that path this is my database. So my underscore db.db. Now you may ask how you will get this database. For that purposes, you can just the URL is in the description, it is there. Go here, click download or create a SQLite database with sample data from here. Click this, you will land directly in this part of the page. So you can just copy this and run it, or you can go down and you can download the zip file from here. Sorry, it is download zip file MyDB with this, all the details are there. You can download from here. Now if you run the code, and then don't forget at there also line number 3 you have to change the path where you want to store it. This will create the database for you, put create the student table, and around 35 records are there. Those records will be inserted, so your database will be ready for you. Otherwise you can use the downloaded my_db.db file as your database file. Fine. So this is how that is why we have intentionally kept the code same. So only you have to change the connection string. Let's run it and see. We are okay. Fine. Now it is picked up from SQLite database, though everything else remains same. The same query, same everything. That's why we are using SQL Chemie. So this is how we can use SQLite or MySQL or JSON or CSV file to populate our options. And in the next part, we'll interlink two combo box, where by selection, suppose you select class 4, then all the students of class 4 will be displayed on the second combo box. If you select class 5, then all students of 5 will be displayed, all this. So that we'll read it in this next part. So if you have any doubts or question or any suggestion, please use the comment section below to post your details, and please do subscribe to the channel. So we'll be posting interesting videos. So press the bell icon to get notified, and thank you for watching.